All right. Before we get into this episode today, there's something specific I want to talk about, and I need everybody who's watching through that lens to listen to me when I say this. I need every wrestling fan specifically who thinks they can run a professional wrestling podcast to look me in the eyes and listen to me when I say this. Running a successful professional wrestling podcast is hard. It's fucking hard. Nobody is going to tell you that because nobody gives a shit about what you want to talk about. They care about who you are. Who can you be? If you're somebody who does not understand or respect this business, you have no place within this realm of profession. When you run a successful professional wrestling podcast, you are not only competing with everybody and their fucking grandmothers wanting to buy a microphone and start a podcast, but you're competing with actual successful professional wrestlers occupying the same field. If you thought it was an overcrowded market before, there is zero elbow room left, and I'm fine with it. I know where we stand, and I know what we bring to the table. The first thing we bring is fucking respect for this business. My great uncle, Wild Bill Irwin, dedicated so much of his life and time to this business. I've never even fucking met him. Think about that. Really think about that. So much dedication that he never even met his fucking family. My great uncle, Scott Irwin, dedicated so much to this business. He literally gave his life for it. There is a level of sacrifice and dedication that you just do not have and have to know to do this. So if you can't, at the very least, have respect for this business when trying to become media within it, I will be the first one out the gate to bury you. Independent promoters, same energy goes for y'all too, and it always will.
Dog, you're gonna have to learn how to do it. So go ahead.
You ready? No, I said, are you ready?
That was good. Glad you finally decided to pull that giant stick out of your butt and have some fun for once in your life.
You're uneducated marks. You sit there on your phones, tweeting out your opinions like they're worth a damn. Let me explain something to you people. You don't know shit.
This is legendary ring announcer Tony Chibble, and you are now watching the Wrestling in the Middle podcast. It's gonna be a super show.
Revolution Rebels, baby!
Revolution Rebels.
Tell him, Irwin! Tell him, baby! It's a revolution coming.
Did you just name the
middle,
episode?
baby.
I think you just named the episode. Revolution Rebels.
You know what it is. Woo!
Yeah. I
Respect the business. Stand on it.
absolutely
10 toes down. You know what it is.
I will not name any names as to why I felt the need to say these things, but there is a reason and there is a purpose as to why I felt the need to shoot on that as we open up this Revolution pay-per-view episode. Just respect the business.
Ring the freaking bell.
All right, Revolution episode. We got me and Lucha. Mike will be here. He's just not here yet. He's running a little late. He got stuck in traffic, as always.
Coming off that high, baby.
I know.
Revolution.
It's a roller coaster we're about to unpack. I'm like, where do you even start? Is there anything from the pre-show that we want to talk about other than, I mean, Wayne Brady was there.
Wayne Brady was there in a surprise. I don't know whose line is that anyways, but
That's that.
I thought Wayne Brady was gonna have to choke a bitch, but he didn't. He got tossed around. The Boom Boys got the win, I think. So
Yes, the boom boom.
they got the Boomsday device in there. We had the battle royale. Started off outside, which is kind of like weird on my end. I said, well, let's start it inside. I'm used to all battle royale starting inside, but hey, Jungle Boy's the new national champion. That's pretty cool.
I know, and that they did the cool thing where they went from, 0 hour into the pay-per-view with that battle royal. I will say this much from my end. I won't say what provider I went through. I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. For like the first 10 minutes of the pay-per-view, I didn't have any video. I was only listening to it through audio. I listened to the end of the battle royal through audio alone.
Yeah, I heard there was some technical difficulties on some broadcast. One thing I am a little kind of getting fatigued with the opening with the 0 hour match on the pay-per-view.
Okay, so it's not me. It's not just me. Okay.
No, I feel like we did it once, twice. Okay.
It was cool.
We don't have to do it every single time.
Yeah, it doesn't hit the same if you do it every time.
And I felt that this time. It didn't hit the same.
I was like, really? We can't just finish like the last two people in the battle royal in a minute? Okay, so I'm glad I wasn't like alone or crazy for thinking that because I really did. It's like,
All right, cool. Yeah, I felt the same way. I said, man, we're really doing this. So just end the match. We're good. I don't know if they're trying to drive viewership. I don't think that really helps it though at this point.
yeah, no, especially for the people only watching the free version when they watch the zero hour and they don't have the pay per view bot, and they're like, well, I guess I'll just find out later.
Yep.
Because I know some people still that don't want to pay the pay per view price. Not that it's necessarily a subject of discussion I thought to brought up, but it is something I'm noticing with pay per view price still having to be, 40, $50 for people. Not everybody wants to pay that every month.
That's right.
So just a little thought in my head, or a little thing I noticed. Getting into the actual pay per view, we started off with the AEW Tag Team Title match. I mean, Bucks versus FDR tag match that I argue never disappoints.
And you can't start off hotter than that. I think we know what to expect from these two teams. This was the
Yeah.
fourth time, I believe,
Fifth,
they've met. Fifth?
yes,
Okay.
like in AEW anyway.
In AEW, yeah. So I don't know. I felt like I was like, okay, I knew what I was going to expect from both teams. Blood out the gate. Blood out the gate.
Out the
On the
gate.
logo. On the logo right in the first match. So setting the tone with
Yeah.
two of the best tag teams in the world.
Well, setting the tone, skipped over it a little bit. And that's fine. I'll just reverse back. I loved the intro video for the Bucks intro with all the little young Bucks.
With the little young bucks.
Yeah, Nigel stole my line as I was trying to tweet that out, actually. Nigel said the young Bucks as I was literally typing a tweet saying the same thing. I was like, damn.
I didn't know that was their kids too until they had mentioned it on the commentary.
Yeah. Also, and this was another thing with it, because we already touched on it, but at the same time, it's interesting to me. I'm not a fan. If you look at, especially me and Am I Cooking, hashtag fantasy booking, shameless plug,
Right.
I will never, ever, ever start a show with a tag team match. That is something that I don't think is a thing you should ever do, but yet I think TK knew exactly what he was doing because this was a perfect opener. I could eat every word I say if I say you can't open with a tag team match because they did it.
And with that, where else would we have put them, right?
Yeah.
To fit in the card. So I get it. But like I said, expecting what I expected from these two matches, banger. I mean, from these two tag teams, it was a banger. No big surprises. I still think the Young Bucks are the best tag team in the world.
Wow. This will be fun to touch on then.
Despite, I still think they are the best. That
Yeah.
did not change my view on them. FTR, I've been a fan of FTR for a long time, but they need a good set of tag partners. I mean, dance partners. And the Bucks are just that for everybody. Anybody that they're in the ring with.
Well, there's no big surprise, which you like that. You don't need the tag match to be diluted with a bunch of surprises. It being a great match is no surprise. But what I love the most and had also wondered prior to this match was what can they do differently here? Because I mean, I've seen Bucks and FTR 4 times. I've watched them live in a ladder match, so that was different. The use of the Jackson family at ringside and the factors we just don't normally see in these tag team matches, they found a way to deliver a great tag match as expected and still find a way to raise the bar. I felt like what they did, instead of trying to raise the bar even more in the ring, on the in-ring caliber side, because we're not getting any younger despite being the Young Bucks. No, they got creative and started to implement new factors that you didn't have before. And I had a note in there too, just like you'd said, like it got bloody early. Am I right? Like they really out the gate wanted to make an impression, so that way it didn't feel like, ugh, we're just watching the same tag match again.
Yeah,
man, I love it, and I say it all the time. Like that's where I disagree. My number one tag team, I think of all time, has to be FTR. I think they're the greatest tag team of all time.
Well, there you go. And I commented. I said I was watching it with a couple of buddies of mine in a group chat, and I commented we're watching the two best tag teams in the world right now.
Yeah, those are the top two without a doubt.
Yeah.
But then I just think FTR winning this one, it was just like another way to solidify it a little bit more. The thing that always, this is a side note, I won't say how long, the thing that always solidified it to me though is when it was 2022 and FTR were belt collecting in the tag team division. They had the IWGP tag belts, ROH tag belts, the AAA tag belts, And then they're going after the AEW tag. FTR's them dudes. Speaking of them dudes, lights go out after the match ends, and it's Edge. Not alone, though, of course, with Christian as well.
Asterisk, it's Cope.
I, I'll never, I'll never change. This is the kid who watched Edge and Christian videos on YouTube all day, every day.
Cope
I'll
and
never change.
Christian make their return, and
Yeah.
interesting that the Young Bucks are in the ring with them as well.
Yeah, I know. Having that face off be the end. I mean, FTR just got their ass beat by ENC, but I this is gonna be, I think, a topic amongst a lot of fans in debate. Not a lot of people think Edge and Christian going for the AEW tag belts is a smart move, but I think it's not the worst move right now. You heard the pop. You heard that reaction.
It's what the fans want, right? People want that nostalgia. They want to see ENC back as tag team champions, I believe. At least one last time, go out on their, high horse. Where does that leave the Bucks is what my closing
Ooh,
thoughts were.
good question.
Where is the tag team division in between that?
Yeah,
We got trios. We got,
exactly. That's where I was getting. It's like Jet Speed's the next tag team I think that has it, but at the same time, we'll get into that. I mean, you guys already know by now they're trio belted up again. Like,
and we are gonna jump. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but
yeah, of
Orange
course.
Cassidy and Roddy are probably going to be tagging now.
Yeah.
So where does that
Strange.
tag division lay out? And the Young Bucks, do they maybe look for a way out? Are they on their way out? Are they headed to a different organization?
Going back to the DIY thing, can we bring that in?
Yeah. Is Gargano going to make his appearance soon?
But then we see Ciampa now like doing heel thing. I don't see it anymore with the way they're going with Ciampa, but that'll be a whole other day's discussion.
Yeah.
Just you bring up a very interesting point. It's really, this is something I said earlier. I think it's just really hard to structure a tag division. It's just really hard.
So hard when there's such a diff, when there's a gap in talent. Because like I say, Young Bucks, best tag team in the world, in my opinion. So they're gonna start jobbing. They're gonna start putting other tags over. Like, I don't know. I can't see that.
All right, we'll shift over to the women now. Marina versus Tony. Nobody allowed at ringside.
Man.
This was a great one. Tony Storm beating Marina Shafir with her big package.
Oh my gosh. There was a booby bite.
Yes, nipple biting. That took place in this match. It did.
It was awesome. That was a fun match. Violent. Marina's just a bad woman.
Feet biting too. Feet biting too.
Feet biting. There was the hip
All
attacks.
good
I needed to
biting.
touch on that.
I
Those
have
hip
that note
attacks
too.
are how it's done, women, in any division. Those are how hip attacks should be done. Marina took it straight to the dome three
hell yeah.
times. Her head bounced off the hip. That's the way it's done. That's the way I want to see it done every single
Dude.
time.
The way she asked Tony to hit her with a third hip attack. Honestly, I think Marina Shafir is all of us a little bit. I think she's all of us a little bit. Like, girly pop, bring it on one more time. Oh my gosh. Early on, Marina was putting it down on Tony Storm. Not in the fun way. Not in the way we're joking about, but early on, like, this is something since 2022. I've said it so long and so often. Since 2022, I've seen this vision. I've seen this day. I'm just having a surreal moment now, getting to live it and breathe it in. I'm like, we're finally here. Marina Shafir is getting the push she deserves. Okay, sure, she didn't win this match, but she looked as great as she's supposed to.
She has gotten way better with every single performance. I think a lot of her work in the indies, her doing performances here with MPX in Dallas, in the Dallas region, getting that time in the ring and getting her character work down has really paid off on television and on pay-per-views. When she first started, I've mentioned this before in prior episodes that we've shot, that I was not really a fan of her. If she was bland, she was boring. She's really picked it up now, and she has come into her own. And now a wild card.
Yeah, after the match, you see Ronda Ronda fucking Rousey show up in
Ronda
AEW.
Rousey.
Like,
wow.
that is not something I saw coming. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Even with her doing the ROH thing a while back, like nobody saw this coming, I don't think. And she called Tony Storm back out on top of that.
So what's gonna happen with that, right? She's got her MMA match set up on Netflix with
Yeah.
Gina Carano. So are they letting her do pro wrestling? Is this just for
Is this a promotional
is this
spot?
for promotional spot? Is she not gonna get in the ring? I for one think that I was really salty about the way she really shat on the business, so to speak, before. But that was her experience with WWE,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? And how that works. I think AEW is a place where if you are the best wrestler in the world in your mind, you actually have a chance to show it.
Yeah.
You're not tied down by writers, or you're not tied down by scripts or TKO.
Yeah.
Period. You're not tied down like that, where you can show your true form in the ring. And
I think we'll see a whole different version of her.
Yes. I mean, I think she should take over the Death Riders if that's what it is.
Not even just be a part of it.
Take over the Death Riders. I don't know.
Take it over.
Yeah. She's a bad woman too. And then her teamed up with Marina. They showed the package with them training with Josh Barnett earlier in the day. One of my favorite MMA fighters of all time. I love Josh
They
Barnett.
even brought it up on commentary later.
Yeah.
I had noticed about them being in the tag divisions. Like, what? Huh?
Catch can wrestling.
As long as I skipped over this spot, it made me wince. As long as you don't kick the announce desk the way Marina Shafir did, that made me wince. But that's how the match had to switch. That was like the switch of the match.
Your feet are strong, but still.
When the Ronda Rousey thing happened, the tweet I sent out was just a big capital holy shit. Just holy shit. Another tweet I sent out, it's only been an hour and this is already pay-per-view of the year.
Oh wow.
It's 1 hour in.
I know a lot of people out there weren't happy with Ronda coming in.
Yeah.
You know, maybe some of the comments she's made in the past and just maybe her views, I guess.
The only thing I could think of her was some of the stuff when she was wrestling on SmackDown and her just not really getting the calling professional wrestling in the ring thing. Yeah. There was a lot of like stuff she was too green to. Even then, like I said, I just feel like in a different system, as you just pointed out, in a different system, we're just going to see a whole different Ronda Rousey.
Speaking of different
system. No, you're drifting away again, Lucha.
You're
drifting again.
No, am I?
It's sliding. Well, Mike is coming in and getting his set up. Lucha's losing his.
No.
So now that we got Mike here, he's joined us. Lucha's not drifting away. We're going to get into our Continental Championship match. Jon Moxley comes out getting slapped and hyped up by Ronda Rousey, and I never thought I would be saying that sentence in my life. That
crazy work. Crazy work.
That really is. Like, I never thought that we would transition from the match with Spear and Storm, and then to the Continental match. I was like, whoa, that's a crazy ass transition right there.
Bro, I'm fantasy booking.
I thought it was perfect.
It was perfect. It definitely was. And the pop was really big too.
This match, no time limit. It could go all night if they wanted it to, but there's a lot of other matches, so I pray it doesn't. Moxley retaining the Continental title by putting Takeshita to sleep, but let's talk about it. Let's get into some of the finer points of this.
Let's talk about that.
It was slow and methodical for quite some time, and like physical, no surprise. Takeshita gets busted open, but like the stuff that gets me, and I'm sure y'all too, Moxley kicking out of the Raging Fire, ultra rare moment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was really rare. I was like, dang, not a lot of people kicking out of the Raging Fire.
I think story of the match was the first.
Yeah, it was the first time somebody had kicked out of it. And I think story of the match was Takeshita hurting his left leg. So of course Moxley, he's gonna attack that. He's gonna attack that, and he's gonna be a shark in the water when he smells blood. Hey, bleeding the hard way. I don't know but that was a stomp on the apron outside of the ring. That for sure was a shoot stomp. So I think that's after right after is when Takeshita got busted open. Because I don't know. I don't even know if he was supposed to be busted open in that match.
Yeah, like
I don't feel like he was. I feel like that just happened.
yeah, it just happened. It's like, dang, how did he get like cursed onto the apron and then all of a sudden just started busted open?
Yeah, it might not have been on purpose. Especially, and this is just a joke, I think, amongst fans. If John Moxley's not the first one bleeding in the match, it wasn't supposed to happen that way.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Closest to a shoot match as I can think of.
Takeshita kicking out of the Avalanche Death Rider,
Oh
too.
my
That was
gosh.
oh my god,
That
dude.
fighting spirit, man.
yeah. This match was
Yeah.
great in like a real wrestling sort of way. Like in
Yeah.
a real wrestling sort of way, this is a great one.
Oh yeah,
Dude, honestly, when the Death Riders came out to congratulate Moxley, I found this as like odd and sus behavior. I'm not gonna lie, like nothing comes from it here, but to me, the way they're too happy and giddy here. Like that's not Pac and Wheeler. Yuta.
not.
That's not.
yeah. That's not
Something's
really
coming.
acting-
Something's
yeah,
coming.
That's not really like something kind of fell off. Something really kind of fell off on that.
And now we got Rousey in the fold, so does she start poisoning the water a little bit?
I mean, you said new leader.
I
You
said she
said-
should be the new
God.
leader. Yeah, I think she should be the new leader.
I don't know. I really don't know yet. I don't know. Like he Rousey showed up, but I don't know if she's officially all elite. and stuff.
Oh yeah. No. That's gonna be a while before we figure that out.
Yeah,
Time will tell. I still think it's just promotional, but at the same time, who knows?
it's Cali. They're in Cali, so who knows?
For me, that match was a lot of who needed the win more.
Mm.
I felt like Takeshita needed it more, and then
I
at
would
the
think
end,
so.
I understood why Mox needed it more.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Great
Yeah.
point. Great point. Because I would
Yeah.
have said the same thing. I think Takeshita needed it more, but we're looking towards the future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Takeshita and Moxley shake hands after the match, though Takeshita almost didn't. He had to have a little moment of self-reflection,
Mhm.
which is also tying into this whole how long is he going to be with the family storyline that we're looking at. It's like, well, he looks like he's going to leave because they've went with Proto Kata and pretty much made Takeshita the black sheep of the Don Callis family. I'm really interested just to see where all that ends up and where and like when we get the finish of that storyline.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
because Big Take lose aura with not being able to finish Moxley on his own without any help. That was a one-on-one clean match.
For me, it depends how deep people like. If you really are watching Takeshita, especially what he's doing over in New Japan and just winning that TV title and having some more matches over there, he's not lost to anything. I feel like he
Okay.
still has that aura. Losing to Moxley makes it questionable, but again, looking towards the future, I think building in this Don Callis implosion line, we're going to see that aura back. Now, speaking of aura, lights go out, and now
More
we're seeing
lights.
a vignette for the
Lights
return.
out. Lights out.
Lights out. Now we're seeing a vignette for the return. I was for sure expecting here. I think we all were expecting this. I mean, we saw the build-up coming, and we thought Revolution was the spot. Will Ospreay comes out, takes out the Death Riders, minus Claudio and the women. Takes out all four that are in there, and it's not surprising that he came back for Moxley, right? But with the sort of like change and turn in Moxley's character we've seen, I kind of didn't expect that to be the first step.
Yeah, that's laid out the storyline now.
Yeah, because like the storyline, because remember Forbidden Door, because Moxley took out Ospreay and stuff, because Ospreay had to get surgery.
Oh,
So it makes sense. And the fact that the presentation of Ospreay's return and stuff really just Dragon Ball Z Goku
Right.
and stuff. So it's
Pop
just
was there.
yeah,
love it.
the pop was ever there. Moxley's reaction was so funny after like the presentation of it was so hilarious.
He's like, so what?
He's like,
Like,
what?
what's
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, but then he saw Ospreay come out. And he's like, oh, all right, come on out
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna come back like now, because I thought he was gonna come back a little bit more later on. But apparently it's just like, oh, he's clear, like, and he's doing all of this to like Yuta and DG. I was like, dude, chill out. You just got cleared.
Yeah, the question of is he gonna change his style up? No damn way.
Nah.
He looked as intense as ever.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
figured that out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I was like, nah, he's not holding anything back.
He even
As
like
soon-
clipped himself a little bit doing that. What was that? Like corkscrew or that back corkscrew moonsault. He clipped himself a little bit too, and I was like, "Brother, you are on day
Right.
one, not even.
You know-
Not even, yeah, it's like, bro, you like
This is day
under
half."
24 hours of being cleared. Like, dude, you are you are saying like, hold on, slow your roll.
What I
Yeah.
am wondering though is like, okay, so we all kind of have this big picture idea of Osprey all year. He's winning the Owen, going to All In, main
Right.
eventing, winning the title. But are we going on a little mini side quest for the Continental title?
I
At this
don't
point?
know. I do not know.
Little
I
side
don't know
quest?
if Osprey is going for the
I don't
Continental
see
title.
Moxley losing it until the next Continental Classic. I just don't. I feel like he's gonna hold it, but I
Until
don't
the
know.
end of the year?
I really do. I really
Yeah,
do.
well,
I don't think they can drag it out that long.
until somebody who's actually, really can, you know, fight Mox, give him a run of his money.
Osprey. Who else?
I mean,
Osprey's the guy.
yeah,
Osprey's the guy.
We're gonna
For
wait
me.
until
Osprey's the
November to
guy.
somebody step up.
I mean,
There's
yeah.
no way. There's no
It's
way.
For me, it's Osprey or that. I just because I feel like Moxley holding it for that long, looking at it. Oh man, the person who takes it off of him and wins the C2 next year, solidified. But right now, what we're looking at, I'm like, Osprey could just pull up, hit the hidden blade, and that's his belt now.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
nobody saying that Osprey can't win the Continental and then still win the Owen.
Good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with how many belts we have.
Yeah.
hmm
Could hold about 6 belts any day of the week if you really, really want to try.
Yeah.
I'm holding the Bruv Championship right now. So
Oi.
The bro champ.
interesting topics and interesting stuff to look forward to. Now, what we're getting into now is the women's tag title match. So Willow wrestled earlier in the night on the 0 hour, defended her TBS title, got a little banged up, but retained against Lena Cross, which, by the way, just side note on that, because we didn't talk a lot about the pre-show, but I've never seen Willow Nightingale look small compared to anybody. Last time
Right.
it's Lena Cross. Holy,
I don't know. I couldn't
holy.
see it like different about Willow. I think it was just like, kind of like, oh, I mean, probably like little weight loss or something. I don't know.
No, Lena Cross is just like Great Khali status. Like she made it look like the Great Khali based off of the height difference.
Yeah, and then going back to 0 hour.
yeah. I mean, she is Aussie.
Yeah, and
She
going
is
back to
tall.
0 hour when Megan Bain jumped in there and they started jumping her, she looked even smaller. Like
Yeah.
it was like, oh wow, they made her look even smaller. So
Yeah.
bit
I
off a
think
little more
probably-
than you can chew, Willow. Bit off a little more than you can chew.
Yeah, she was doing double duty.
Babes of Wrath dropping the tag belts to
Lost her,
Megan Bain
yeah.
and Lena Cross. And that's another thing because poor Penelope Ford getting hurt back to back. So now Lena Cross is filling in the slot. They're the tag champs. I'm scared looking at these two women.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm scared.
you and everybody else in the
that's
women's division.
that's Team Death by Snoo right there. That's
Yeah,
just like-
definitely.
that's,
The
you gotta
Amazonians
know
are gonna
something.
take you
You gotta
out.
know something. Like Lena Cross just came in not too long ago, and this is her first AEW title belt. And same thing for Megan. Like this is her first one.
Harley Cameron was a non-factor, basically.
Yes.
Felt like it.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I mean, like Harley Cameron, like, yeah, she's been like improving, but it's just like it just felt holding Willow back, to be honest.
Yeah, and now Willow can concentrate on her TBS title
Yeah.
and those feuds. We can set up some feuds there, which
Exactly.
is I think something that needed to happen. And I've always wanted to see Megan Bain already with a championship belt, so I'm glad that happened.
Deserved.
The Megasis, yeah.
Yeah.
The divine
I'm on the
divine
same page.
dominion.
Ah, yes, the Divine Dominion.
Divine dominion.
I like it.
Mm,
Death by
I would like to-
Snoo.
I will become a servant.
love it. And yeah, Lucha, the same thing you said as far as Willow being able to just focus on the TBS title. That's exactly where I was going to go with that. There's so much potential we could see being brought up into that women's mid card division And that's something I was talking to somebody about recently, going back over AEW's history from 2022 to now as far as building up the women's division when it was the weakest area. Oh man, okay, side question. I promise I won't take long on it. I want to know you guys' opinion.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of belts for sure, but a women's international belt has been rumored around people. What do you think about it?
A women's international belt, a women's national belt. Felt like, I can't say too many belts, but I felt like it needs something for the women that's not been utilized enough, to be honest. But look how many women they have in the roster.
Yeah.
I know. And at the same time, like the TBS division could be way more stacked with how many good women are there. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, I like it, but at the same time, how are we gonna make a good picture out of it if specifically with these
a women's international belt. Yeah, I feel like that definitely kind of needs to be a thing, because
And that's if it's defended in other organizations.
like not just like the promotions too, but it's like indie promotions also from different countries.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna say something. I asked for I don't know what 2 years, the better part of those 2 years, to get women's tag belts in AEW. It needed to happen. And we're a couple months into it now. We've only had one set of champions, so I'm hoping to see the potential build now that we have new champions. Every time we get to a pay-per-view, there's never a bad match on the card, but this is always the area in the card where I feel it's the weakest, I feel the least interested, is what's going on the women's tag. I'm trying to get invested in it, and I just need more to come out of it. So that's what I'm hoping this title change gives me.
We need girls to step it up. We need the women to step it up as far as veteran tag teams. We have plenty of that in the men's division. We have plenty of veteran tag teams in the men's division. We're kind of just throwing women together and hoping that they work.
Yeah.
We don't need to be throwing top stars together.
Yeah.
All the time. We don't need Athena and Mercedes to be a tag team just because they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we need homegrowns that start off as a tag team. So, Tony, get it done. Get it done, bud.
Yeah. It's just something that needs to be improved. And
we'll get there. We'll get there. It's in its infancy, right?
It takes time.
And even then, like I said, a couple of years ago, we didn't even have the ability to have one. So it's just, I guess we're still in such the early stages. This is our second ever women's tag team champions in AEW. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it is.
Going into our next match, Swerve and Brody King. I mean, Swerve beating Brody King in a physical one. But this match, I mean, it was certain to be a banger. And they banged around the ringside area for starters.
Oh, it was brutal.
It was physical and dangerous. The dangerous is the word of the day here.
Yes.
Yes, dangerous. That was definitely the word.
Like they were just taking everything around the ringside area apart, like the ring, like just every little minute area without tearing the place apart.
For it to be a match with just a regular stipulation, hey, it's a regular match. They use the environment to their advantage.
Yeah.
Taking off the ring mats outside. That made me cringe so hard when they did spots on that.
The turnbuckles part.
Oh man,
I know.
I was like, God, the spot where Brody did the cannonball on Brody at the turnbuckle, Swerve at the turnbuckle one. That was just.
Like Moxley and Takeshita was intense and physical, but this was a different kind of intense and physical. There's two different kinds of intense and physicals we're looking at here.
Because you really. For Swerve to win, he really had to damage Brody King.
Yeah.
And it took literally everything that he had. Everything.
He did.
Yeah, Swerve picked up Brody.
The power.
With power.
I know.
Like, dude, like Swerve been in the gym. He been in the gym.
Yeah, he speared Brody into the ring post outside, right? That's crazy. Yeah, when he tossed him, that was crazy.
Yeah, oh my good lord.
He's physical, man.
Yeah, that's just my God.
So Swerve has to do, what he has to do to win, to beat Brody, and he really has to. And that's what I feel like this is more than anything a good note to make is it's a big pay-per-view single match for Brody King, and that's something that was well needed to be happening.
Yes.
Something for a long time that was being asked for is let's give Brody King a good singles push. This was a great start.
Yes, I feel like that's deserving for Brody because he really do need that. We really do need that. Also, can I mention this? Can I mention Swerve's entrance? The Candyman.
Candyman.
Man.
Be my victim.
It wasn't Blade, so that's why I didn't.
It
I wanted
wasn't,
the
but
Blade
it
one so
wasn't. But
bad.
it was just like the bees on the bees in the honeycomb on the Titantron and stuff. I was like, that was pretty a little good detail, and especially with the sickle too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the little details he puts into them. That's why, again, I want you to do the Blade entrance.
No, like it needs to happen. It definitely needs to happen for Swerve. Don't worry, he'll get it one day.
Dude,
Somebody needs a bloodbath. I only want that if somebody's gonna get a bloodbath.
amen. After the match, Prince Nana grabs a cinder block, slides it in the ring to take out Brody King with a stomp on the break, but thank God Kenny Omega comes to the rescue.
He just came back from Japan at the Capcom Cup. So it was already over, and he came back just in time. So like, well, came in clutch. Because like when I saw the cinder block when he pulled it out, when Prince Nana pulled it out the cinder block, I was like, oh god. Like my first initial thought was like a Keith Lee might come back.
Oh wow.
Oh right, didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, because like. So like, of course, with Swerve, Keith Lee got history. Yep. And that cinder block right there was like Swerve.
Part of it.
Yep. Yeah, it
would have been a moment.
Yeah, I thought Keith Lee was gonna come back and stuff, and soon, because I said it was like, oh man, probably Keith Lee would come back because Kenny is not there and stuff. And as soon as I said that, Omega's music popped up. It started playing. I was like, well, never mind.
Never mind that.
I was unsure. I thought Bandito was going to come up, but I said that's a tired play already.
No.
For Bandito to just come out to save, especially if he's got a match that he's preparing for. So Kenny coming back was just okay. Now we got it laid out. That's what's going to happen. Do we see Swerve take out some more people before Kenny? He's got to cause more damage.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, good question. All right. AEW Women's World Title, 2 out of 3 falls, and I'm here for every single one of them. I'm here for everyone. Thekla ultimately gets the win and retains the Women's World Title, but let's look at how it went down. Thekla gets the first fall after some slower, less intense action. She uses the rope to get it, so of course that forces Statlander to go into go mode into the next falls portion. And that's where you get some hot action. That is between the first and second fall, it started to pick up.
Oh yeah,
definitely
that hot action.
Yeah, she hits Saturday Night Fever, gets the second pinfall. Then this is what a moment. Thekla steals referee Paul Turner's belt off his waist, and I think every fucking man in the world is envious watching Paul Turner in this moment.
I was when I saw it, I was like
hard pressed.
It should have been me. Should have been me. Tekla kicked the ref,
right.
and then snatched the belt off. And I'm like me next.
I got into the wrong profession. I should have went to referee
No.
school.
Actually, a little bit before then, when Tekla got the first fall, she was starting to hit that little dance. She was starting hitting that little dance and stuff. I was like, keep going, Tekla. She hit that shit. It was so funny.
Hit the showers, boys. Hit the showers.
Thekla ends up being the one whipped, though, which is not ideal, but same time, she ends up being the one with the third fall after a few heavy stomps. Triangle of Madness stand tall after the match.
Yep. Which I think is the right call. I think Tekla retaining is carrying the women's championship to a different story. I think Statlander, we kind of saw what she had, and
she had her moments.
But maybe her and Hayter are destined to be a tag team. Who knows?
Yeah.
Plus,
who just wants to see belts get swapped back and forth every week? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a great segue into the AEW Trios titles match as we see Jet Speed and Mystico winning the Trios titles.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. No.
Yeah,
dude.
Jet Speed and Mystico versus Aussie Open and Okada.
Ooh,
man.
Just let that sink in.
Man, this match was
fire.
This match banged. This Trios match banged. And not only that, man, I feel like Jet Speed had a mystical buff. They
Mhm.
had a mystical buff because they were wearing the mystical mask when they was wrestling, which was really dope. It was pretty dope too. But Aussie Open, Okada, also Mark Davis. Mark Davis did his thing in this match.
Monster.
He was going
Yeah.
off.
One man wrecking crew for sure.
Didn't
Dunkzilla
need to
right there.
remind me. Didn't have to remind me.
Dunk, big, big boy Dunkzilla, man. Like,
Yeah. There's a couple things in here I really liked. I mean, we start off the match with Mystico and Okada. It's only for a sec. It's just a little teaser. And then we get
Yeah.
another little teaser down the line. But I really want to see that become a 1v1. I think we all do. Also, I mean, going into how good this match was, I didn't anticipate it to be this good. It over delivered for me, thankfully. And one thing that I really love too, I love the drop kick competition between
Oh,
Kevin
that
Knight
was
and
so
Okada.
oh
good.
yes, I love that spot.
Just a little
I
like
love that spot because Okada and Kevin, I had this little interaction. It's like, oh, you think you could do a drop kick higher than me? And they were trying to do a drop kick to each other, and they were like,
And
they
Okada's
like know
is
each
still
other.
like butter. Okada just lays it
yeah.
on like a
It's
dime.
just crisp. I was
If
like,
we
I
got a
think
poll going, Okada wins.
it's just both Kevin Knight and Okada. They're just up there, like top tier. They're just up there when it
It was
comes
a
to the
great
drop kick.
contrast between the speed of Jet Speed and Mystico and the lucha style versus the styles of Mark Davis and Okada and Fletcher, which is a little more power. Fletcher's, of course, the athletic as he is. Mark Davis, the monster that he is, and Okada, just an ace of an athlete. But they really paced the match well, and it was so fast. It reminded me of a lucha style match, the way it was set out. And Mystico, hey, we got another Mexican world champion in the books, baby. Mystico is all elite. Come
Yeah.
Yeah,
on,
And he's
how
a he's a
about?
dude,
trios
that
champion in both
was.
companies too. Like that's what's cool about it is he
Yeah.
holds the trios titles in both companies. Though I did want to ask before we got to that, how did you guys feel about the title change? Did you think it was too quick, or because it's Mystico and Jet Speed, we're like, let's do it.
I mean, yeah. Well, I don't think it's too much, but it's just felt like with Kyle and Okada having like two belts, carrying two belts. It's like, look, you got to lose one. You got to give one away and stuff. So with the trios, I feel like it definitely just kind of just makes sense. Makes sense, but it's just surprising that Mystico just being announced as all elite now after that win.
And
After
that was
win
really
and
cool.
stuff. And the crowd, dude, the whole crowd was on their feet and they
Yep.
were singing. Like
Oh, you're in Los Angeles, baby. You're in Los
I know it
Angeles.
is
Come
Los Angeles.
on.
You see the Mexican flags,
Hell
see the
yeah.
Mexican flags and stuff. I was like, man, I think it was a good, like, I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely a good week for Lucha Libre
Definitely.
Yeah.
because you got to know something. Like Penta in WWE, he won the Intercontinental title, and now we got in AEW. Mystico is part of the roster. He won the trios with Just Speed, dual contract with CMLL. That's just like, dude, this is really like it's an awesome time to be a fan of Lucha Libre.
I think going into seeing how they picked Mystico to be that third person in his trios was kind of like up in the air for me. I didn't understand why, but I think it's a perfect time and a perfect placement for him, especially when we need Okada to start his arc with either Takeshita, maybe. Are we going to see that finally pan out? And then Kyle Fletcher to advance himself in his title reign. So, perfect time to take the belts off them. Let's let them go back doing their own thing. Where does that leave Mark Davis? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh,
I like that they didn't kick him to catering. I thought they were just gonna kick him to catering after his partner got hurt, but he found his spot, and I really think it's a good time for Okada and Takeshita to start that feud up again, and let's finish that up. Let's see where that goes.
Mm-hmm. Going back into the Los Angeles area and the, Hispanic and lucha culture there, it kind of ties into some of the stuff within our next match. A match that had show stealer potential going in too.
Oh, yeah.
Bandito versus Andrade.
Oh,
Andrade
man.
gets a win over ROH World Champion Bandito. I mean,
Lucha
this is a
espectacular.
There's a couple notes I have in this match. Quick technical wrestling starts it off. It's a gem. Not Bandito's pants botch though.
Oh
Got a
my
huge
gosh.
pop, just a flop, bro. It's sad.
I don't think it's a botch because like I felt like Bandito was like playing a little mind games with Andrade because like
Really?
he
It
does
got
the
him a kick
pants.
to the sternum. It got him a kick to the sternum is what it got.
Kick to the sternum, yeah. But like it just felt like it was an aura off between Bandito and Andrade. Because,
Andrade
like,
won, unfortunately.
yeah. Freaking Andrade. No, because here's the thing: me, Quinn, and Q, we were talking about like Andrade was oozing of aura. Man took his pants off and like he just stands there, aura just flowing around the freaking room.
Man,
So,
pants
oh
on
my
or
God,
pants
come
off.
on.
These guys tear it up. Pants on or
Yeah.
pants off.
Oh, and also, I was gonna say, side note, Bandito's gear is a homage to Super Dragon, who's really
There you go.
popular in the independent scene, because he was the founder of PWG, him and Excalibur. So that's why he wore like the mask and the hoodies, stuff like that. And of course, with PWG, has a long history in Cali because it's like one of the popular independent promotions.
Good note right
So,
there.
Yep.
I think one of the coolest 21 plexes that we saw
Yes.
from
talk
the
about
ground,
it.
the deadlift 21 plex. I really like
Exactly.
the setup. So once again, going back to what I had said earlier about AEW is a place where if you think you're the best pro wrestler, you think you're the best luchador, you can prove it in the ring in AEW. You're not tied down by writers or a script. These guys went at it. They put on a fantastic lucha match. And oftentimes you see Bandido with another dance partner and they're holding on to the ropes way too long to set up that 21 plex. It's a cringe moment for me anytime you have to set it up like that when they're just like bent over holding on. Andrade did a fantastic job of like reaching for the rope, barely getting there, and then Bandido hitting it like, all right, now I'm gonna hit it now. As soon as you reach that middle rope, I'm gonna hit it. And then when he couldn't hit that middle rope, when he fell back to the ground and said, I'm still gonna hit it from the ground, man, one of the coolest 21 plexes I'd ever seen. And I really like how they did that.
To have a immaculate finish on the match too, just the finish was immaculate. I had a feeling Andrade would get the win, but I just gotta say, as a fan, man, I love Bandito. Like he really brings the true wrestling fan out of me when I'm watching these matches.
Yeah.
And I think we saw the best out of Andrade in that match too. Like I said, when you're facing a luchador of your caliber, man, you get the best out of each other. And
it's like we've been seeing nothing but his best lately.
Nothing but his best.
Ever since he came back, like he came back to AEW, man, like he's been at his best.
Bangers.
And we haven't seen him. We haven't seen more of it. Well, there's still more.
It's finally we're seeing the true Andrade El Idolo, his potential.
Yeah.
Like finally we're seeing it.
Yes.
Before we were thinking, was he the problem? Before we think was Andrade the problem? Nah, man. Nah, he wasn't. He just needed time. He just needed to be able to show out.
We see the problem. We're not going to bring it up, but we see what the problem was.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to swing into this next match because we still got a Texas death match after that. We got Finley Kid Connors versus Darby Orange and Roddy, a Tornadoes Trios match, which means war for the War Dogs. See Darby, Roddy, and Orange pick up the win in a wild one. I mean, the fight starts the second the bell rings, and it seems like it never even stops.
Right.
All the guys go off in the match, but one thing I have to say, because it's the pertinent note of what this match was and who we're watching, Finley looked great here. Yes. David Finley looked great.
Oh, yeah. David Finley, man, he's been, like, killing it and stuff. Like, he looked great in this match, man. He just felt like he just felt like a powerhouse on some of his moves.
Yeah. And fit in perfectly in a pay-per-view. Debuted perfectly. Didn't look like he didn't belong there. He looked like he'd been there forever. So dangerous. That's
how about Darby getting tied up by the neck?
Oh my gosh.
The tag,
that was crazy.
He got speared off the ring first. He got speared off the ring, and then not even 5 minutes later, he's getting tied up.
No, that spear to the outside was not really bad.
Okay, I was gonna say something about that. With Clark Connors, dude, Clark Connor's spear is scary because
Yeah.
like when I saw that in person, when Clark and Darby was fighting at Collision at the esports arena, dude, it felt like, dude, the spear off the like through like the middle rope and stuff is crazy, but
Yeah.
on the pay-per-view, it just looked more intense. It looked
Right.
more intense than what I saw, like the spear, like from Collision. I was like, oh snap! Like every time I see Clark Connor's spear, it gets more lethal. Every time.
Especially out of nowhere, right? When you're in the crowd,
Yeah.
you can kind of see the setup, right? You're like, oh, look, he's running that way and he's gonna hit something. This one came out of nowhere, like you just
It
see
was
him fly
speed.
through.
The speed.
Yeah. And the smoothness of just, how dangerous is it? High risk where your feet can get caught up in the ropes. Anything can happen. You can get twisted up, hit the apron. Anything can happen. It was just so smooth. It looked dangerous as hell, but still, just
It really is, man. That's
the
like
War Dogs are just something else. And Gabe Kidd is just an animal. They had to
As a
tie his ass.
fucking-
They had
the
a zip
dogs
tie
for
him.
real.
Lock that
As a
dog up.
skater,
Where
I have
my
to point
dogs
out
at?
Darby's caveman
Oh
on
my
Gabe Kidd's
gosh.
head. That was
Bro.
something
Yeah.
that really got me.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially like when Orange and Roddy were teaming up and stuff.
They
on
worked
the
together
dogs.
fantastically.
Yeah. And the fact that the crowd was yelling, please help Darby, when Darby was just
just hanging there.
I was like,
Gosh,
like, bro, like,
that was a Boy Scout knot they put on that thing.
I was like, bro, like Darby, it's like Tyler, we just and the fact that they gave when they were cutting the rope, Orange gave Darby the zip tie.
Yeah.
The zip tie, that was like smart.
Mm-hmm.
Changing it to red for Texas Death, as
Yeah.
always. As always, we're gonna get into a Texas Death match now. Stick with me, guys. I'm gonna be breaking down a lot of this match, so a lot of this is gonna be me just telling you some spots you've seen, but these spots are leading to points we gotta make. So, big fight feel with an even bigger stipulation. You can't get bigger than if you don't win, you're never challenging for the belt again. Hangman came out in full Red Dead borderline barbed wire Zorro mode with the sound of trumpets back him.
Man.
Yeah, Red Dead mode.
That's main character energy for sure. I will admit that's main character energy. MJF starts his entrance with a very humorous video of him as a cowboy pissing on Hangman's grave, so to speak. It's a very, very cheap grave on that.
Liked it.
Paying homage to Terry Funk, and I never thought I would see or say that. MJF dressed up like Terry Funk. I even sent it out as a tweet. I'm not against it. Definitely not against
I
it.
liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, did it pop you though? Did it pop for you? We saw the Terry Funk tights.
Pop is pop's a big term. If you get a pop, it's got to be something big. For me, it was just like that's cool. That's cool.
Okay. All
Now,
right.
if Swerve did a Blade entrance, that's a pop. Going on. We got MJF winning Texas Death, and there's so much to talk about. I mean, it takes less than a minute for this match to get good and less than 2 minutes for it to go into the crowd. And the one thing, if we're already at this spot, the one thing I can't stand to watch more than anything in the world in wrestling, like I watch so much hardcore wrestling, and I have since I was a child. I cannot do paper cuts in the Finger Valley spot. I can't. I will never. That is the one that gets me.
Wear your
Nah.
gloves, kids. Always wear your gloves.
Wear your gloves.
You know, I might start now just for that. I put my hands in my pocket as soon as I started talking about it. So no. Also, he gets a happy birthday message stapled to his chest because yes, his birthday was yesterday. Revolution.
Yep.
Get to be in Texas Death for your birthday. That's my dream.
Well, yeah.
Hangman brings a window into the match, and MJF just breaks it to bust
thank
the fans'
God.
balls a little bit. Ends up getting slammed into the glass so hard and then drug through it on his stomach.
Yeah.
You see, MJF gets shown up by Hangman's level of experience in this match. But in-ring storytelling-wise, what I love about this match is that the more MJF bleeds and gets beat up, the more you start to see the devil in him come out. That real, like, ruthless part. Minus the spot where he started sweeping up the glass.
Oh yeah.
And then they had
People
a
were
sweep forever chance.
People were booing on that. I was
It
hilarious.
says sweep forever, though.
That's crazy.
Oh, sweet forever.
Yeah,
I'm-
minus
I'm-
that though.
I'm not a fan of glass spots ever since the Derby
Oh, the
Window
revolution.
pane. Yeah, ever since the window pane spot. Yeah, I'm not a fan of glass spots, so I'm glad.
Oh, I can't blame you.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
Revolution is
I don't blame you.
Revolution has caused some trauma, man.
That was
definitely.
PTSD.
Oh, we'll get
I
into some
feel
of that.
bad for the people with front row with that glass happened. That's pure PTSD.
Oh my gosh. Hangman gets cut and busted open deep. I've seen some syringe spots, man, but with pro camera angles, it hits different, dude.
Dude, that's what
It's different.
dude, this what happened like throughout the whole pay-per-view because like it was getting into people's reactions to the people's the crowd reactions and stuff. That's like, dude, like that's what I was wondering about the camera quality. It's like WWE was using that, and now AEW using that. I was like, I'm guessing they're working with AEW now, or they upping up their technology.
I had sent out a
You
tweet.
gotta think production.
For
I said,
production.
seeing concerned fans in the crowd at syringe spots, and that's the meme, like, first time.
Yeah, seeing
Yes.
the penetration through the cheek. It just.
Woo!
Ugh.
This is your first time.
It wasn't my first time, but gosh, I don't
First
like it.
time?
That's just the joke of it, is like, because you see all the people in the crowd, and they're
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh my
definitely.
gosh,
Yeah, they were like,
first time.
and especially like when they were like, when the camera's on them and they were reacting and they looked at it, I was like, oh,
Avert your eyes, children.
MJF eats a dead eye on the barbed wire steel chair and through a table. Hangman eats a tombstone through a separate table. I mean, the amount of energy and passion in this match as these two guys just start yelling and hitting each other in the face is the perfect description of how much is being put into this. Both men go and grab a light tube apiece, and this only ends one way, with Hangman busting both of them on MJF's back
Yep.
and head.
yeah.
What got me, and this is where I thought it was it. I mean, he goes and grabs skewers, puts them in MJF's head. Buckshots his head off, dude. Buckshots his head off, and then MJF still gets up, and I thought that was it. This is over.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You want to talk about PTSD? Hangman goes and grabs a bag, not with Tex, not with the same chain from Tex's death. No, with a dog collar.
Hell yeah.
A dog collar.
This, of course, scares the ever-loving shit out of MJF. PTSD from Revolution 2022. One of the best dog collar matches all time.
Not again. Not again.
Yeah, I know.
Like MJF has like crucial PTSD flashbacks of the dog collar.
What sucks is Hangman asking around for a lighter and doesn't find one, but instead finds a barbed wire platform. And then the crowd is like, well, we want fire anyway, so they're chanting for it.
Yeah,
like, well, ain't nobody got a lighter in California, which baffles me. We'll just leave that alone, actually.
I was expecting lighters. I was expecting lighters to be thrown into the ring.
Raining.
I was like, yeah, because Heyman was like, where's the lighter? Where's the lighter? Oh, I no lighter? All right, screw it. Pulls the barbed wire thing out. I was like, well, all right.
I'm surprised a stagehand from the back didn't start just running down the ramp or something. Like, regardless, we avoided the fire, went with the barbed wire platform. They fight up the ramp, then they go sailing off the stage through a soundboard table and cause an electrical explosion. Still doesn't keep them down somehow. Hangman dog walks MJF back to the ring, and the crowd chants, "He's a good boy."
Oh,
there was
crazy.
A barking chants.
Yep.
A whole lot of barkings.
No, the "he's a good boy" is what gets me, though. Hangman finds a second wind, comes to life, but MJF uses the Dynamite Diamond Ring, then chokes the life out of Hangman the same way Hangman did to Moxley. Hangman leaves a blood print on the camera, stays down for the 10 count, and will never challenge for the AEW World title again.
What a visual, huh?
Damn.
And the visual is MJF getting on top of the gurney that they're trying to roll him out on and still celebrating.
Yeah. They're getting big heat. Like, you're going to close the show, find a way to gain big heat. Standing on Hangman when he's on, like,
the fucking
gurney.
Like, that's so fucking crazy. And the thing
where does Hangman go from here?
Yeah, like
to the hospital, straight to the hospital.
Fair.
Jesus.
Okay, fair.
I mean, yeah, fair, but it's just like, man,
Where
that
does Hangman go from here?
yeah,
I have
it's like,
no idea. There's so many
I
different routes.
yeah, I don't know.
So I'm gonna touch on the match first. Texas Death Match. We saw a lot go on. Um, to me, just a little too much. Maybe some things could have been omitted, but still a great match. Still Texas Death Match. Still what you expect. I think what surprised me too was the shock of just how much they could endure. They endured so much damage to each other. Your body goes into, if anybody's been in trauma situations where you've been in a violent altercation, in a violent fight, where you're bleeding, where you're taking damage, it is hard on your body. Your body goes into shock, your adrenaline goes, and then it dumps. They went for nearly 45 minutes in that match. Crazy work.
Yeah,
Like, for them to go throughout the end, and then of course, Hangman getting
It was a
put
long
out
one.
at the, yeah, it was a long one, and
that was a
being
long
put out in
one.
the end. Like, I was just like, God, thank God it's over, because I don't know how much these guys can take. I think they both needed to be shuffled out to the hospital. I don't know if MJA showed up to the media scrum or not, but that I had to give kudos to both of those gentlemen for giving what they had for us, for our entertainment. Even though, and I think a little bit, there was a little bit too much stuff. You could have put on a good Texas death match without some of the spots. But man, they put it all out there. The visual of the blood on the camera was perfect.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah,
the
oh, yeah, that was
fatality.
the icing on the cake.
Yeah, that was like fatality. Like,
Yeah,
he's not
that
gonna
really
get back
was.
up. Yeah, exactly. He's not gonna get back up. He doesn't get to challenge for the world title anymore. I need them to stick to this stipulation, Tony. I need you to stick to this. I need you to not figure out a way around this. Stick to it. Don't find a way to piss off the fans.
I'll agree to that, because
Yeah,
that's what I immediately go to thinking is like, okay, there has to be a clause somewhere down the line where Hangman finds a way back to it, or even if we get to a point in AEW where we have a secondary world title, maybe that's the thing. But even then, there's a lot of like open-endedness to that. One thing I had said, we'd actually talked about it earlier today before any of this, and then we'd kind of squashed the theory, was, well, what happens if Hangman, gets into the Owen Hart Cup tournament, wins it, and now has a guaranteed shot? I don't think he should be qualified for that anymore.
Shouldn't be. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't see him going to WWE. I'm sorry, folks. I'm not going to be the one to predict that, because it's just too taboo to me to think that the main character of AEW is not going to get a title shot and going to Cody Rhodes it out to WWE. He's not Cody Rhodes. Great
No.
guy, not Cody Rhodes. It's a
No,
whole different.
it's not. It's not the same effect with Cody. It's not really. No,
Cody was there
Hangman,
before.
yeah, but it's just like Hangman's not gonna go anywhere. Like
Other than the hospital. Like,
yeah, the hospital stuff. Like I don't see Hangman at WWE. It doesn't just don't feel right for me.
Oh, I hear the clip clops already on the Titantron. Clip clop.
Like, we all said the same thing about CM Punk too, right? But then that's
Yeah.
another thing. You think you're gonna see Hangman and CM Punk in the same locker room again?
Oh God.
What? CM Punk doesn't have the leverage he had back then.
No, you're right.
No.
He
If
doesn't.
TKO says, "Hey, we're bringing in this cowboy," CM Punk's gonna say, "Yes, sir. Yes, daddy."
That's the thing, is I think they already know. It's not even that CM Punk can veto it. It's that I think they know they're going to be making a dumb decision if they do that.
Mm-hmm.
By that time, Gunther's gonna put CM Punk to sleep and retire.
Whether or not the Marty Scurll thing had to do anything with it still questions me, because like after the Marty Scurll situation, just posting one photo, like it was kind of a downhill trajectory as far as what we're doing with Hangman. So to see where the trajectory goes from here is going to be the key point, and that's again leaves the question: where does he go?
There's plenty of other titles to go after.
He's not coming after mine.
Oh,
Oh.
but I think this did solidify MJF as the face of the company.
Amen. I didn't need it to be solidified, but it can always be.
Well, maybe not to you, but to a lot of other people, it did.
That's fair. Yeah, no, that's fair. All right, final pay-per-view thoughts. Yeah, I'm going to give some. You guys probably have some yourself, I imagine. A roller coaster of a pay-per-view for me to try and sort through mentally to find a rating. I'll start by saying when the pay-per-view started, and for that first hour that I mentioned, it had 5-star potential. I really stand by that first hour being great. I loved all the surprises and moments out the gate. I think once we started to get into the midway to deeper mid card and settled down in some in ring aspects, it didn't lose too much appeal, but it didn't keep up that same energy. Like that's a lot of energy to have to hold up for as long as this pay per view was. And that
Yep.
goes into the next thing. I felt like the length of the card and the amount of matches was a tall task to handle. Even with the great note of the matches being quality wrestling matches, we have no matches that weren't quality and in-ring content, but at the same time, there's a lot of them and it's a tall task. The main event, it's one I'm gonna remember and cherish for a long time. I really, really enjoyed it, and I thought it was a great closer to this pay-per-view. My final rating overall, it's firm. I'm gonna give Revolution 4 stars, and I would have given it 5 stars. It's just again that mid card area right there is just not as strong to hold up such a long pay per view. But 4 stars main event, I'll give that 5 stars separately. So
Okay. Now I'll go second.
All right.
I feel like this pay per view was really good. Just like every AEW pay per view that we watched, like it just felt like it didn't miss a lot. It didn't miss a lot. There's a few here and there, but overall it was really great. The show almost ended around like midnight and stuff. So it's just it gets tiring. But I would say overall, the matches, everything, it was good. It was good. I'll give it that. Straight four for me. That this pay-per-view was really good for this year's Revolution. And instead of like the stories for the next upcoming pay-per-views.
Dynasty. That'll be the next one. Lucha, what you got?
All right. Of course, I think the consensus is AEW pay-per-views always hit. I think we're catching up to a level where the TV is catching up to the pay-per-views as far as storylines are going. We're setting up for the future. Lights Out was the main theme for the first half for me. You know how many times did the lights go out in the first like 3 or 4 matches? And you know, we had returns. We got Ronda Rousey, we got Cope and Christian, we got Kenny Omega. Lights out or whatever. I think we had some good title changes. You know, we got Jungle Jack as the new national champion. Of course, we got the new trios champions. I am in agreement with these pay-per-views may just be a little too long. I could have omitted maybe 2 matches. I would have taken the War Dogs match out just because I don't know where that story is. That never going to end? Is that never just, you know, is that storyline just never going to end? We could have had that on there on a Dynamite. The women's tag match, I feel like we could have had that on a separate show and still maybe cut at least 30 to 40 minutes of the showtime because people get fatigued. It is a thing. And if you don't think it is a thing. People are getting fatigued with these long pay-per-views. I find it's not just me being an older guy. Like I see it. I see the interwebs and I see people out there saying, man, we're still here. You know, we're not even at the main event yet. So especially when you got like a 2 out of 3 falls match. I think one of the biggest hits for me was Andrade and Bandido. They really got to put on a great lucha espectacular. So that was probably my match of the night up until the Texas Death Match. Texas Death Match, just, you know, gosh, it was just so much emotion that I had that was just a cringe and just the spots. Overall, I gave this a 4.25 because of the lucha matches. We got Mystico, All Elite, now a world champion in All Elite Wrestling, and of course the luchas that got to shine. So 4.25 on me overall.
Ooh.
And looking forward to the future.
Which the future is Dynasty. The future will be Dynasty.
And once again, MJF solidified as the face of the company, set to carry his future storylines, set up the new feuds and all that. So,
final word. Happy 316 Day, everybody. Happy 316
hell
Day. It's my favorite holiday.
Hell yeah.
It's my favorite holiday. Happy 316 Day. Enjoyed Revolution. Yes, thanks for joining us on a long episode.